first race is qualifying, over the weekend is time to race, over the weekend is time to race, over the weekend. So much for fixing the problems with lobbies that we had on 22. It seems to be the same on F1 23 as well. So apologies for that. We will be going to Japan and Singapore here with the Dynamic Racing League. The World Tour warm-ups. The last one is on Thursday when we'll bring you the European vacation in Great Britain and Spain. Barcelona and Silverstone, two of the most popular tracks on the game. And I'm pleased to announce also that I'll be back racing soon on Thursdays as well at 10 o'clock for prospects in the newly created Tier 4. It is still the bottom tier, but they've had so many people join, they've shifted it to 4 tiers, and I'll be in Tier 4 on a Thursday from 10 PM. Other than that, I don't have much more waffling to do. Just hope somebody notices that we've got a slight issue and gets us in before too much of the race. Yeah, so unfortunately folks, thank you for joining us here. We have been mysteriously kicked out of the lobby just as we were loading in to one-shot quali. So I'm hoping one of the chaps racing will be able to get us back in. Hopefully we won't miss too much of the action. They're trying to now get me in. I will be with you Mondays and Thursdays from 8 PM covering the DRS new season. They've multi-merged the league with the TSL, and now will run on both days as part of a merged championship. Look forward to that starting from next week, I believe. There's some other potential stream news from me, but I'm going to wait until I try those out and make sure they work before announcing them. Because as you can tell, we are at the absolute mercy of technology here. Oh dear. There we go, we have another invite. Let's try and get in. There we go, spectate. Please work. Hopefully it will get us straight in now. And we can get with it and get into our usual flow DRS racing, always brilliant, always very close, action-packed. These are the 35% distance races, as we are doing double headers on this World Tour warm-up series. And here we are. We're looking at the pit lanes, and I'm guessing that means we've got in ahead of the formation lap, which is excellent news. There's a hill on this pit lane, never noticed that before. Here in Suzuka. So as usual on the formation lap, once I've sorted my settings, give you the optimum viewing. I will run through the grid and the tyre selections. We'll keep you up to date with penalties as we go. There's often a little few. I'm not going to name any names. Plenty of previous winners in the lobby, so it should be a good one. This would normally be the point where we would put the standings up on screen. But of course this is a warm-up event. Interesting suggestion from Ninjas to run a very long Ethernet cable directly into the console. Maybe that. Here we go. It is the formation lap. I don't need that and that and tyres. So Scornful Griffin then, TSL champion, is on pole for Aston Martin from MK5 on bags, who is in a Mercedes today. Then it's Bunny's Vengeance in third, and the McLaren with Simon Ferrari in fourth. Brad Mason is fifth for Red Bull, and Swanton Bomb in sixth. In the Alpine, seventh for Ferrari is Smug Git with 8.50 Gent for Alfa Romeo. 9 displaying a Smug Git as always. If you've watched this before, you'll know why. That's Finley, the second of the Smug Git displayed. That's actually Finley. He's in the AlphaTauri. Levi Hughes is in the Alfa Romeo in 10th. The first Haas, the only Haas, is Ninjas in 11th, and it's Easy Life in 12 for McLaren. Boa Cobras, a new one on me. He's 13th for Red Bull. Mansis near the back, surprisingly, 14th for Mercedes. The Sloth is in 15th for Aston Martin. Joker for AlphaTauri is in 16th. And Ronnie is at the tail of the field. I think he was late getting in, as I was. He's in 17th for Alpine. Tyres then, most people going on the softs. MK5, Bunny's Vengeance, Brad Mason, Easy Life, Mansis and Joker on mediums, and just Smug is on hard tyres, so he's going to be looking for a long stint and to be racy at the end. So drivers making their way back onto the grid, 17 of them. How many are going to get disqualified for parking? Let's see. Looks pretty good so far. Just Joker then. Very good, well done. Here we go then. The Japanese Grand Prix. Boa Cobras has jumped the start. And he'll have a drive-through penalty. Scornful gets away reasonably well and does lead Brad Mason and Syme side by side. And everyone getting through further back for now. Brad Mason, they're making a place up on Syme. And that's the only change really. 50 Gent has made a good start as well. He's ahead of Smudgit, who has Finley for company. And Mansis is up to 10th. So a good start for Mansis on the medium tyre. Everybody getting through cleanly. Boa Cobras has got that penalty and Ninjas is going slowly. Ninjas lost a couple of positions there. And go side by side with Joker. Joker and Ninjas side by side there. And off goes Ninjas very wide. And he's going to surely lose the place now. Ninjas keeps the place somehow. Up at the front, it is Scornful Griffin. Levi Hughes has lost a few places, and I think he's off. Levi Hughes is off. Joker pits. So I think he might have got damage, and he's also picked up a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Easy Life has overtaken Ronnie, who started at the back and climbed to 12th, now back to 13th. We will go to the leaders then. And no change up front. And round at MK5! A big moment for MK5 just as we come to him. And he's lost a couple of places. He's dropped to 5th here. He's going to try and fight Syme out of the hairpin. But a big moment for MK5 just as we came to the leaders. And the Mercedes drops from 2nd to 5th. So it is Scornful Griffin out in front from Bunny's Vengeance. Brad Mason now up to 3rd. Syme is 4th and MK5 is trying to make amends for his wobble there. Then it's Swanton Bomb in 6th, Smudgit 7th. Mansis is up to 8th. Ahead of 50 Gent. And then it's Smudgit. Sorry, it's Finley. I keep doing that. Smug is in 7th, Finley is in 10th. They're in different cars, I don't need to keep doing that. Sloth is in 11th, being pursued by Ronnie, and somebody else has got a yellow flag, but that seems to just have been the game. Ronnie is 12th from Easy Life in 13. Ninjas is in 14. Levi Hughes 15. Boa Cobras is in 16th, and Joker having pit is last of 17. Everybody still going. And it's Scornful out in front. And he's just getting that second gap to Bunny's Vengeance. The DRS is now enabled. Brad Mason will be hoping to use a bit of it to attack Bunny's Vengeance. Syme is a second and a half back with the attentions of MK5 on bags. And Smudgit overtakes Swanton Bomb for 6th. Smudgit up to 6th place. Finley is close behind 50 Gent as well. Swanton retakes the position over Smudgit. Mansis is closing in here on these two. Look at Mansis now. They're going to be 3 wide here down the main straight, and they've both got Swanton. They've both overtaken Swanton Bomb there. So Smug's up to 6th and Mansis is up to 7th. Swanton Bomb dropping to 8th there. We will stick with these 3 as somebody else is off somewhere, I believe. It's Smudgit. And MK5 on Bags and Smug get both got off. MK5 and Smug both off. Easy Life is in the pits. Not quite sure what happened there, but it spread the field out a bit. 50 Gent in 8th from the Sloth, who you're watching here, in 9th, with Ronnie chasing in 10th. MK5 was 2nd, he's now 11th, and Smug is behind in 12th, and I don't know if they got any damage. We'll see when they come back round towards the pit lane whether they have to pit early, which would be a disaster for Smug's hard tyre strategy, as he wants to go long. And 50 Gent is off goes 50 Gent, and he's now going to crash in the pit lane. He's got to worry about getting out of the way here, because if you block the pit lane for too long you will get disqualified. And 50 Gent is going to pit. He's managed to keep it going, but drops away from the top 10. Out in front it is Scornful Griffin, but only by a less than 1 second margin, a very much closing margin to Bunny's Vengeance in 2nd, who's starting to light those medium tyres up. Brad Mason is also less than a second back in 3rd. There's a 3 second gap then to Syme, who has lost the attentions of MK5 and is now a few seconds clear of the other Mercedes, Mansis. Swanton has regained 6th. Finley's up to 7th. Sloth is in 8th from Ronnie in 9. MK5 on Bags is back up to 10th. Smug is 11th. Levi Hughes is 12th. Ninja's 13. Joker 14. Burr Cobras 15 after his drive through. Easy Life and 50 Gent round off the field. Bunny's Vengeance then, DRS open. Is he going to make the move? He looks like he is. Bunny's Vengeance on Scornful Griffin up the inside. Can he make it stick? Not this time. And a little wobble on exit could invite Brad Mason up the inside, and does. Brad Mason up to 2nd. Bunny's Vengeance had a little wobble on the curb on the outside. So easy to do through this slalom section in Sector 1 of Japan, and Brad Mason is up to 2nd ahead of Bunny's Vengeance. And another wobble there for Bunny's Vengeance, really fighting the car around the corners. We are on lap 6 of 19, your first of 2 races this evening on the DRS World Tour Warm-Up Series. Pacific Paradise today, Japan, followed by Singapore, before we come home on Thursday to the European vacation, Silverstone and Barcelona, Great Britain and Spain. And then next week it's league time once again. And you'd expect the usual suspects who you see at the top here at the moment to be amongst the challengers for that title once again. Scornful Griffin, the reigning TSL champion. We've got a yellow flag, and Ronnie, I think, is off. Ronnie has gone off. And he's been overtaken by MK5 and Smug, who are back up into the top 10 now. I'm going to stick with the leaders as Brad Mason has closed to within half a second of Scornful Griffin in front. Scornful's tyres must be getting towards the end. I would expect pit stops for the soft runners within the next lap or two, as Ninjas picks up a time penalty, the first track limit penalty of the day. We've already had a drive through for Burr Cobras for jumping the start, and Ronnie also picks up one of those 3-second time penalties. Joker's penalty was a pit lane speeding one. That's a 5-second. Be interested to see, as we're on lap 7, when the soft runners will pit. I would expect it to be soon. It is now for Scornful Griffin. Into the pits comes the leader of the race. And Syme is also pitting. Let's see if Swanton is going to follow. Swanton continues through, as does Finley, as does Sloth, who's got MK5 on Bags for company. MK5 on Bags is going to make a place here on Sloth. Great move. And up to 6th now. So this is going to shuffle the pack a bit. Ronnie has also pit. So Scornful has come back out in 8th place behind this battle between MK5 and Sloth. Ronnie is going to come back out way down the field in 14th. Swanton and Finley are surely going to pit this lap. Medium runners will go a bit longer, potentially. MK5 on Bags is now climbing all over the back of Finley, really making the medium tyres extra life work here as he tries to fight his way back through the field after a couple of offs. But he should get the move done here, MK5. I don't think it's going to matter because surely Finley's going to pit. But MK5 wants to get him out of the way and get up the order. He's going around his inside. If Finley is pitting, it's going to be a bit difficult. Finley continues. MK5 on Bags does take 5th place. The two Aston Martins in the background, Sloth and Scornful Griffin. Scornful overtakes Sloth there. And up to 7th. And nobody pit on that lap. We've still got Swanton, Finley, Sloth, Levi and Ninjas on soft tyres from the start and haven't pit yet. And Bella Cobras as well. And off goes Finley. Finley's in the wall. Finley in the wall. And maybe the soft tyres are going off. Finley then into the wall. Syme and Smug Git side by side. Syme on new mediums, Smug on the hard tyres trying to make the long first stint work. These are 8th and 9th at the moment. We've got a pair of Ferraris and in front of them a pair of Aston Martins. And we've got a yellow in sector 1, which I'm not sure why. No problems there. A Swanton bomb pits and gets a penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Scornful and MK5 have gone through. Sloth is also pitting, so the Ferraris go through, and Syme overtakes Smug Git at the same time. So up to 6th place goes Syme, and up to 7th goes Smug, having not yet pit. And Finley has got a penalty for pit lane speeding as he pits, as does Levi. Ninjas is carrying on the softs. Ninja's carrying on the softs. I think Joker pitted on lap 1. He's now climbing up the field thanks to pit stops. He's up to 12th and could be looking at points here. Bella Cobra's also in for his stop from the back. Ruined his chances with a jump start, and Ronnie picks up a penalty. I think that's his second. Bunny's Vengeance is closing in on Brad Mason. And both are pitting. Both are pitting. Is Mansis going to pit? He is. Mansis pits as well. Where's Scornful going to come back into the race? Where are these three going to come back? Let's see. Where are they? Scornful has overtaken all of them. Scornful's overtaken all of them. MK5 on bags is in the pits. Where's Simon going to feed back in? He's going to feed back in fourth place where he was. Smug is in fifth but hasn't pit yet. Marcis comes back out in sixth ahead of his teammate MK5. Swanton's gone through as well. Ronnie and Sloth having a battle down the straight here. Getting a bit close together, and Ronnie forces Sloth a bit wide there and keeps the position. Ninja's now in the pits. So Scornful has managed to maintain that gap, but now can they on soft tyres do something about it? Brad Mason is in second, Bunny's Vengeance is third, Syme is in fourth and is a bit closer, so the early pit stop for the soft runners seems to have worked quite well. Mansis is in fifth, usually a master of strategies. Smug is in sixth, having yet to pit, and he's still, I think, going to continue on the hard tyre. No, he is now pitting. So Smug is pitting. Had enough of the hard tyre. Let's see where he comes back out. Swanton's picked up a penalty, and that's a very wide line for Swanton Bomb. That's not part of the track. Out on the gravel there went Swanton Bomb. He's gone through past Smug, as has MK5. And MK5 is now right on the tail of Swanton after that mistake. Ronnie and Sloth have gone through ahead of Smug, who comes back out into the race in 10th place, just ahead of Joker in 11th. So MK5 on bags right on the tail of Swanton Bomb. Swanton making a bit of a mistake at the end of the last lap, and it's invited the pressure. And past goes MK5 on bags into 6th place. We'll keep an eye with Bunny's Vengeance, as he is just half a second behind Brad Mason, and he is setting purple sectors. Bunny's Vengeance then, fastest lap of the race. 50 Gent picks up a penalty. As we come towards the end of the race, I will tell you more about the penalties, put them up on the screen for you. And everybody has now pit. Joker and Easy Life might be looking a little bit difficult to finish on their hard tyres, but we shall see. That's just judging by how long Smug was on them. We shall see. Finley is catching Easy Life as Sloth is overtaking Ronnie there. Swanton's picked up another penalty. And the soft runners are closing in on Scornful Griffin. We're on lap 13 of 19 here in Suzuka, and as you can see, Bunny's Vengeance and Brad Mason are both very much catching leader Scornful Griffin. Bunny's Vengeance going for the move then on Brad Mason, and 50 Gent is out of the race. 50 Gent is out of the race, and these are, whether he retired in the pit lane or or crash to see. We've got a yellow flag out. Barney's Vengeance has overtaken Brad Mason, and he's now got to wait for the yellow flags to subside before he overtakes Scornful, I think. I think he's going to give the place back. And look at Brad Mason! Brad Mason's overtaken both of them and takes the lead of the race, and I think now we've got a safety car. Or we haven't. We haven't got a safety car. The whole track went yellow there, but what a move! Opportunism at its finest by Brad Mason. Bunny's Vengeance overtook Scornful under yellow flags, had to give the place back. Brad Mason saw the opportunity, dived round both of them, and now leads the race. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. So Brad Mason leads now from Scornful Griffin. Joker picks up a penalty. Bunny's Vengeance, coming out unlucky on that one, is still right on Scornful's tail. Syme is about 4 seconds back and has Mancis for company. Then there's a big gap to MK5 and a big gap to Swanton. And it's Sloth, Smug and Ronnie as Bunny's Vengeance gets the move on Scornful. Bunny's Vengeance makes the move on Scornful Griffin. I want to keep an eye on Mancis because surely he's looking to make a move as well. Here comes Mancis down the straight on Syme. And Mancis goes up to 4th place. Smug and Sloth battling away. Smug gets the better of that one. Another yellow in Sector 1, that's Boa Cobras, I believe. Who had a bit of an issue. He's a lap down. His teammate, Brad Mason, leads. But look at Bunny's Vengeance. Close up. Scornful looks like the strategy is going to bite him with the medium tyres, unless these softs go off in the last couple of laps. For these two, a thrilling race as ever here. Just one DNF, that's 50 gent. 16 still running. And here comes Bunny's Vengeance to take the lead from Brad Mason. Bunny's Vengeance into the lead, into the final chicane. And he's going to start lap 16 of 19 in front. He's been a bit unfortunate in his previous attempts to take the lead. This one was clean as a whistle. And into the lead goes Bunny's Vengeance. So both of the front two have teammates outside the points. Scornful is in 3rd, his teammates 9th. Mercedes are 4 and 6, Ferrari 5 and 8. Make that 5 and 7. Smug overtaking Swanton Bomb just as we let go there. Swanton, whose teammate Ronnie is also in the points at the moment. And Joker's tyres did not last and he is back in the pits. And Levi and Finley have overtaken him. We'll go to Scornful now, making a move on Brad Mason. It's ever changing. Bunny's Vengeance is off up the road, a second and a half clear already. But Scornful is now making the comeback drive. He had dropped to 3rd behind these two. He's now overtaken Brad Mason for 2nd again. Scornful Griffin back up to 2nd place, and Swanton Bomb is out of the race. Swanton Bomb has crashed out. I can't see where he is. It's just the other side of this hairpin, so we'll stay with Finley and Levi to see if we can see where he is. But Swanton is out. It's going to be at the bit that's out of our sight, isn't it? It is indeed. Swanton Bomb out of the race from a point scoring position. That's promoted Finley up into the points. Brad Mason still not far behind Scornful Griffin. We will have a quick look at penalties. They're all 8th and below. Sloth has 3 seconds, Ronnie 6, Finley 8, Ninjas 3 and Joker 3. And out of the race is Levi Hughes. Levi Hughes is out. I don't know if that was a pit and quit. It looks like it may have been a pit and quit, because that not his car coming back out? So it looks like a pit and quit for Levi Hughes. But he is out of the race. Two laps to go. More yellow flags now. As you can see, Levi's car there, after his pit and quit, is still out there. Going very slowly and now pulling off on the side of the road. The retire in the pits needs to be a function really on the game, so it doesn't come back out, but there you go. We're on lap 18 of 19 now, and Bunny's Vengeance leads from Scornful Griffin by a couple of seconds now. Brad Mason's dropped back a little from Scornful. Mansis is in 4th with Syme still within striking distance. MK5 is having a lonely race now in 6th place, about to come up and lap Boa Cobras again. And Boa Cobras runs very wide to get out of his way there. Smug is in 7th from the Sloth in 8th. Then it's Ronnie and Finley. Easy Life could potentially get a move on and nick 10th from Finley on penalties. He's going to have to get a move on though. We will go to the leaders. In fact, we'll go to Syme closing in on Mansis. Go back to tyres. As those soft tyres, are they going to last? Brad Mason closing in on Scornful as we start the final lap of the race. Whose tyres will last the best? You can see Syme and Mansis just in the background of shot there. Bunny's Vengeance out in front. It's his to lose now. And that's without wishing any kind of commentator's curse, because I really don't like to do that. Syme chasing Mansis, but not getting close enough for a pass. You can see them in the background of shot. We'll stick with Brad Mason and Scornful Griffin as they're heading towards the podium. And a penalty for Finley is going to cost him 10th place, I think. That's 11 seconds now of penalties. Joker overtakes Ninjas. Bunny's Vengeance then round the final corner, and Bunny's Vengeance wins in Japan. Brad Mason finishes 2nd. Scornful Griffin has gone in the pits. Mansis takes the podium in 3rd from Syme. Scornful Griffin's gone into the pits. I don't know why he's done that, but I'm not sure what's happened here. MK5 on Bags takes 5th. Smug takes 6th. Scornful's going to drop all the way out. What has happened? Did he spin right at the end and end up in the pit lane? I'm very confused. Let's see if we can see him. Joker's managed to get past Easy Life. They're battling away still. As they come to the line, Scornful is out of the race, apparently. I'm not sure what's happened there. But Bunny's Vengeance is the winner from Brad Mason in second. Whether it was a glitch or a last corner crash, I'm not sure. Mansis takes the game's driver of the day and eventually ends up on the podium in third. Well, a confusing end to the race there. But all credit to Bunny's Vengeance. Had a couple of setbacks in trying to overtake for the lead. Came back for more. And Bunny's Vengeance takes the top step of the podium for McLaren. Brad Mason is second and Mansis is third. So stay with us, folks. That is just the halfway point. Maximum points for Bunny's Vengeance. Also had the fastest lap of the race. Brad Mason second with Mansis in third. Syme up to fourth with MK5 on bags in fifth. Smug finishes sixth from Sloth in seven. A good one for him from 15th on the grid. Mansis started 14th and was third in the end. Driver of the day. Ronnie finished 8th from the back of the grid. Finley finished 9th and Easy Life did take 10th with Joker in 11th, Ninjas 12th. Scornful Griffin classified as 13th as he didn't finish that last lap apparently. Then it was Bear Cobras who was a lap down, and your DNFs were both Alfa Romeos, Levi Hughes and 50 Gent, and also Swanton Bomb. So there we have it. That is that from Japan, but we have more because this is a double header. So now it's part 2, Singapore. Again, it'll be one shot quali. And one shot quali, of course, difficult to cover. Why am I back in the lobby screen? Is it going to kick me out again? Or is it just waiting for people to ready up? We shall see. Have we still got everyone? We have. There may be an opportunity for some other drivers to get in. There are some spaces. Ronnie appears to have changed his car. He's going for a Williams this time rather than an Alpine. I'll have a little look in the chat. To see if I've missed anything. So we're going for 21 laps around Singapore. One shot quali. Bit of shuffling going on in the order. Are people changing cars or something? What's going on? They are changing cars because Joker's now gone to Alpine. Joker now in Alpine instead of AlphaTauri. So we'll just wait for everybody to get ready. The one-shot qualifying, I will just pick somebody and keep with their lap. Very difficult to flick between, as obviously everyone's on track at once and nobody can see each other, so not like your usual qualifying session. So we will try to go with Bunny's Vengeance, seeing as Bunny's Vengeance won the last race. I think there's just a bit of a pause to get a couple more people in. At this point I should really go on to the Dynamic Racing League Twitch, which I haven't done yet. See if I've missed anything in the chat. Do leave a comment, say hello, give us a follow. Dynamic Racing League UK, no spaces on Twitch, as well as Blobby_Butler. If you like the F1 content, I'm on comms twice a week, Mondays and Thursdays, for this excellent league. These are the warm-up events, if you've just joined us. The last one of these is on Thursday, and the new league season starts next week. And you'll also be able to watch my own races in Prospects Tier 4, where you'll see me frequently crash and frequently finish outside the top 10. Maybe some other stuff to come as well shortly. Some irons in some fires. I will let you know about those as and when they happen. Could potentially be a move happening soon, and an improvement to some proper streaming rather than the direct from console that I'm doing now. So we shall see. I really hope this doesn't kick me out again. Doesn't look like anybody else new is coming in, so just a couple of changes of car. Hopefully this will load in for us. Singapore then, personally one of my favourite tracks. A very challenging one at that. Do enjoy it around here. Here we go, we've made it into the lobby this time, which is better than last. Oh, one shot qualifying. So we've got a countdown for this, as you can see. try and get us onto Bunny's Vengeance to follow the last race winner. But the way it shuffles, it can often be difficult to do that. There we go, where is he? I've got him, here we go, right. That data enabled. Everyone's on softs, so we don't need that. So we'll stay with Bunny's Vengeance. Currently third. Of course, with the one lap, you never know. The order does shuffle around a lot. A long lap, this one of the longer ones in Formula 1. As we go on board through this tricky little section here. Took that corner beautifully, the slow one. That's often a very easy place to ruin a lap. At the moment, he's looking like a top three. Across the line then, Mansis, 138.4. Scornful Griffin takes second from Bunny's Vengeance. Swanton Bomb was fourth. Then the two Ferrari, Smug and Sign. Then it's Finley in 7th, Joker 8, Easy Life 9, 50 Gent 10, Ninjas 11. And Boa Cobras is still going. Or has something's gone wrong? I think he ended up 12th. Boa Cobras, and then everybody else was disqualified or DNF'd. I will have a look. Here we go, Boa Cobras did manage to get round in over 2 minutes. Ronnie, Brad Mason, Levi, The Sloth and MK5 on bags were disqualified. So MK5 starts from the back of the grid. Front row, Mansis and Scornful Griffin. Bunny's Vengeance third with Swanton Bomb in fourth. Then the two Ferraris. Then it's Finley and Joker, his former teammate. They were the Alpha Tauris in the first race. But Joker's moved. Easy Life is in 9th and 50 Gent rounds off the top 10. Do have a little bit of a break. Hello Miller Vanilla in the chat. He says Mansis is different gravy around street circuits. Well, he certainly proved it there, because he is on pole position. Again, we have a little bit of a break. This will be usually where we put the standings up and show you who's on what points, but of course it's just a one-off event tonight, a double header. So I will remind you that Bunny's Vengeance took maximum points, 25 plus that fastest lap bonus point in Japan a few minutes ago. Miller Vanilla's got his Mansis hat on and foam finger out, and Mansis is wary that that might jinx him. Do come in and say hello, both on the DRS Twitch and my own, Blobby_Butler. And Dynamic Racing League UK with no spaces. We're live Mondays and Thursdays, 8 PM. The last of the warm-up events Silverstone and Barcelona on Thursday coming up before the start of the new season. But we've got a race to look forward to here first in Singapore. $17 of them then on the grid, and here comes the formation lap where I can have a look at the tyre choices. Just 4 on softs, nobody on hards. Swanton Bomb, Ninjas, Boa Cobras and the Sloth are choosing the soft tyre. Everybody else is on the mediums. So Mansis on pole position from Scornful Griffin in second. There he is. Barney's Vengeance in third. Swanton Bomb seems to have overtaken him off the grid for some reason. Smug is in 5th ahead of Syme in 6th. Then it's Finley showing us Smug because of a glitch that we know about. Smug is in the Ferrari, Finley in the AlphaTauri. Joker, who has changed cars in the interval, is now in an Alpine. He is in 8th. Easy Life is in 9th. Managed to get a point in that last race. 50 Gent is 10 in the Alfa Romeo from Ninjas in the Soul Haas. Boa Cobras is in 12th in Red Bull. Ronnie has changed cars. He's now at a Williams, as that Haas seems to have got a bit deep there and almost caused a collision. Brad Mason is 14th in the Red Bull after his podium in the first race. Levi Hughes is 15th at Alfa Romeo. Sloth Aston Martin is 16th, and MK5 on bags is at the tail of the field. So it's Mercedes first and last. There are your strategy options. Medium to soft possible, with a pit stop around lap 12. Soft to medium, I would expect a pit stop around 8 laps in. Finley has been disqualified for parking. Let's see if anybody else suffers that fate. Boa Cobras, 50 Gent. Just 3 of them, not too bad. 2, 3, 4, 5. Lights out, and away we go in Singapore, and Mansis gets a good start. Away Swanton Bomb's had a terrific start and is up to second. Swanton Bomb up to second. Scornful Griffin third. Buddy's Vengeance in 4th. Then it's Smug Git and Syme. Boa Cobras has dropped to the back. Most people have got through there okay. MK5 on bags has had a terrific start. He's up to 13th from the back of the grid. Ronnie has lost some places. Bunny's Vengeance retaking third, is he? And Smug's going to have a bit of that. Look at them all. Look at them all. Constantine around this corner. How they're all going to get out without hitting a wall, I'm not sure. Bunny's Vengeance then third. Smug get 4th, Syme 5th, and the big loser from that was Scornful Griffin, who's now 6th. Easy Life is up to 7th from Finley in 8th. Ninjas and 50 Gent goes wide there and into the wall. 50 Gent in the wall, and the other Alfa Romeo also into the wall. So a bad couple of seconds for Alfa Romeo, but MK5 on bags is up to 9th already. From the back of the grid, MK5 up to 9th already. A fantastic start for him. So Mansis leads Swanton Bomb, those soft tyres doing the business for him off the grid. Then there's a bit of a gap to Buddy's Vengeance, who is chased by the two Ferraris, Smug Git and Syme. Then it's Scornful Griffin, followed by Easy Life, Finley, MK5 and Ninjas rounds off the top 10 ahead of Sloth. Ninjas is going to have to defend here. Two of them going for him, and Sloth is going for it, and Sloth got caught on the inside and made contact with Ninjas, and they've both lost out on that. They've both lost out on that big time. Joker and 50 Gent are in the pits. They must have caught damage. I think we saw 50 Gent go into a wall. Brad Mason up the inside of Ronnie. And Ronnie retakes it up the inside there. Good scrap for 10th place. Brad Mason trying to make it up from 14th on the grid. MK5 started last and is already 9th and chasing Finley for 8th. Oh, a bit of contact. Bit of contact. He'll be lucky if he hasn't broken a bit of front wing there. Think he's gotten away with it, but there was a bit of contact there under braking. MK5 just running into the back there of Finley. We'll stay with this as they are the closest together on track at the moment. Just behind, Ronnie and Brad Mason are also scrapping, as you can see in the background. But MK5 will look to get Finley cleared shortly. He's right on his gearbox. Buddy's Vengeance sets the fastest lap of the race. MK5 is going to run it wide. You can see Brad Mason in the background. Also looking for an overtake. Levi Hughes' pit. Finley run a bit wide there, and that's going to give MK5 the opportunity, I think. Yes, it does. Through goes MK5 on bags and up to 8th place. Having started from the back of the grid, he's up to 8th. It's been a great start for him. And we've got a yellow flag somewhere as Brad Mason overtakes Ronnie. Not sure who the yellow flag was for. Some people are pitting. I think both Alfa Romeos got damaged, so that's why they've pitted. Levi's come back out on the soft, which seems strange. Joker's going to try and go long on the hards again, as is 50 Gent now. MK5, he's making a move on Easy Life now. And round the outside he goes. And he is a man on a mission. He's now 7th. Scornful Griffin closing in on Syme. Scornful, the one who lost most off the grid. Now got two Ferraris to catch. As Brad Mason overtakes Finley and Ronnie overtakes Finley as well. Finley's off. Finley is off. And that was why they both overtook him, as did Sloth, because Finley is off and now he's going to limp into the pits. In fact, he doesn't limp into the pits. He abandoned that idea and he's now retired. Buddy's Vengeance overtaking Swanton Bomb for 2nd. Brad Mason is getting past Easy Life as well. Finley has retired. He's out of the race. Brad Mason has passed Easy Life. And Levi Hughes is out. Levi Hughes is out of the race. Seems to be at turn 1 and 2. Levi Hughes is out. And we're down to 15. So Mance is still leading. Ronnie has now overtaken Easy Life. And Brad Mason's picked up the first time penalty of the race. Scornful overtook Syme in all of that as well. Scornful then up to 5th from Syme. MK5 has closed the gap a bit. He's chasing down the top 6 now. Everyone a bit gapped out now. As it settles, it's been frenetic. We're already about a quarter distance. We're on lap 5 of 21. And so far, Miller Vanilla is spot on. Mancis on a street track, out in the lead. He's 2 seconds ahead of Bunny's Vengeance, who's now 2 seconds ahead of Swanton Bomb. Smug gets going well in 4th for Ferrari, ahead of Scornful Griffin in 5th, and Smug's Ferrari teammate Syme is 6th. Then it's MK5 on bags in 7th for Mercedes. Brad Mason is 8th for Red Bull. He shook the attentions of Ronnie, who is 9th. We've got another Red Bull off, and that is Boa Cobras. Boa Cobras is off round turn 1. And he'd better hope he's not cooked the tyres, because it's a long way back round from there. Smug now closing in on Swanton, while Syme is closing back up to Scornful Griffin. Look at this. Syme running outside of Scornful. What an overtake that is. And look at MK5 on bags is right up with them. Syme back up to 5th. Scornful is going to have to defend again from MK5 here. And Brad Mason also wants a piece of the pie. Here comes MK5 on bags. Up the inside of Scornful Griffin. Doesn't quite make it this time. Brad Mason though fancies a go himself. Ever the opportunist. Ever the opportunist, Brad Mason. Can he get the cutback here? Both with DRS. And at the moment, no changes in order, but excellent racing. Joker overtaking Ninjas. No, Ninjas is pitting. A bit earlier, a pit stop. 5 lap old soft tyres. He's had enough of those. And off he goes. Sloth is approaching Easy Life. I'm going to stay with Brad Mason chasing MK5 though. And a bit wide goes MK5 there. And that's going to allow Brad Mason to run at him. And Brad Mason, oh, he's had it up the inside. And he's forced Brad wide. And he's kept the position. Aggressive defending from MK5 on bags there. And a bit of a nudge maybe from Brad to say yes. To say yes, please remember that I'm here. And into the wall goes Brad Mason and out of the race. Brad Mason is out of the race. And his car's in a very dangerous position. I'm surprised they haven't thrown the safety car on that. It has now been removed, so it disappeared quite quickly, which is good. MK5 on bags did get a bit of damage, I think, there, because he is pitting. And indeed, it is a new front wing for MK5 on bags. Easy Life picks up a penalty. Smug still closing in on Swanton Bomb. So 3 DNFs in the first third of this race as Ninjas picks up a penalty. Brad Mason, Levi Hughes and Finley all out of the race. And round goes, and out of the race goes Smug Git. Smudgett is out of the race. He's in the wall. And he becomes the 4th retirement. He was going so well up in 4th place. But Smudgett is out. MK5 has gone for hard tyres to take him to the end. He will be 9th. That Ferrari has been moved very quickly. And a bit of a wobble there. MK5 almost did the same thing. Swanton pits and picks up a penalty. Sloth is still trying to get past Easy Life. Probably coming to the end of the life of those soft tyres for Sloth. But they've both gone past Swanton in the pits. MK5 is well back, so he's not going to be getting to Swanton on this occasion. And Sloth now does make the pass on Easy Life and up to 6th. Syme's out! Syme is out of the race! What a dreadful couple of laps for Ferrari! Syme is out, and the Ferraris from 4th and 5th suddenly are out of the race. Bunny's Vengeance has caught Mansis in the meantime, and we could now have a battle for the lead. Both Ferraris then out of this race from good point scoring positions, and those two will be devastated with that. Swanton Bomb overtakes Easy Life there. He's up to 6th. He's on fresh tyres, of course. We'll stay with the leaders while they are less than a second apart, as Sloth is also overtaken by Swanton Bomb. Sloth then must have had a problem because Easy Life has caught right back up to him. We'll try and stay with the leaders if nothing else happens, because Bunny's Vengeance is coming close. Easy Life now overtakes Sloth. Maybe Sloth's tyres have given up and he is in fact now pitting, so that is quite possible. Borough Cobras picks up a penalty and is lapped at the same time there by Mansis and Bunny's Vengeance. Got a caution in sector 2. That's an Alfa Romeo going slowly, I believe. 50 Gent had some kind of issue there potentially. We'll keep an eye on Mansis then and Bunny's Vengeance as they are very close together. Are they going to go medium soft? If so, they've got a few more laps to do before they can pit, because Sloth lost the softs big time with just 8 laps on the board. And a spin from, and out of the race goes Mansis. Mansis is out of the race, and Singapore is unforgiving as ever. Mansis then has got the Miller Vanilla jinx and is out of the race, and Bunny's Vengeance inherits a clear lead now, 17 seconds ahead of Scornful Griffin. Ronnie is up to 3rd. Swanton Bomb 4th, having already pit and sets the fastest lap of the race. He's closing up to Ronnie. Easy Life is going to inherit 5th. MK5 will go up to 6th and sets the fastest lap of the race himself. He's on hard tyres. That's impressive. Joker then will inherit 7th place. Sloth, after losing a few places, will go back up to 8th. And Ninjas will go into the points despite being lapped. There we go, he's lapped by the leader, but he's going up to 9th now. And we've got a caution in Sector 2 as well. Is that an Alpine having a problem? Scornful with Ronnie just behind. So Ninjas will go up to 9th and 50 Gent up to 10th. And Boa Cobras, the last one running, will be 11th. And another yellow in Sector 2 as MK5 on Bags overtakes Easy Life for 5th spot. MK5 on Bags up to 5th. After pit stops, he'll be looking for a podium here. And he started at the back. Swanton picks up a penalty. Barney's Vengeance almost 20 seconds in front now. Both him and Scornful Griffin yet to pit in front. Swanton Bomb is 3rd, having made his pit stop. Ronnie's 4th, he hasn't yet. Yellow flags getting thrown all over the place. And Boa Cobras is out of the race. We've lost another one. Boa Cobras is out of the race. And 50 Gent is out of the race. 50 Gent and Boa Cobras both out of the race. We're down to 9, and this is really Drive to Survive time. With no connection to the documentary of the same name. We're down to just 9 now. So it's points for everyone who can finish. And they're very well spread out as well. Here's your leader, Bunny's Vengeance, 20 seconds ahead of Scornful Griffin in 2nd. These two yet to pit. And as I say that, Scornful Griffin is going to pit. Into the pit lane comes Scornful Griffin then. Swanton Bomb will go through into 2nd. Ronnie is going to also pit. So let's keep an eye on MK5, see where he comes back out. See where they come out in regards to him. He's going to go past Ronnie. Is he going to go past Scornful Griffin? He is. Up into 3rd place goes MK5 on Bags. Scornful comes out in 4th. Easy Life is also in the pits. There is Joker. Let's see where Joker files back in. He's going to pass Easy Life. Is he going to pass Ronnie? It's going to be close here. They're side by side. And he's not quite managed to pass Ronnie. So Ronnie comes back out in 5th. With Joker in 6th. Still 9 laps to do on the softs though. Joker's 10 laps old hards, meaning that he's going to probably have to take it easy. Sloth is in 7th. Easy Life comes back out in 8th. And Ninjas is in 9th. But way back. Into the pits then, your race leader, Bunny's Vengeance. Let's keep an eye on where Swanton Bomb is, see if Bunnies has got any kind of challenge for this race win. Last couple of corners for Swanton. Bunnies is on the move again, as you can see on the track map. It's going to be close though. It's going to be a bit close. Swanton Bomb is going to overtake Bunny's Vengeance for the lead. Swanton Bomb leads, Bunny's Vengeance 2nd. MK5 on Bags is 3rd. Scornful Griffin is catching him. We will stick with the leaders as Bunny's Vengeance is going to try and make a move immediately on Swanton Bomb and retake the lead of the race. Bunny's Vengeance retakes the lead, but Swanton will try and fight it. And a bit of contact, a bit of wheel rubbing between the two there. And Bunny's Vengeance retakes the lead, and he is on at the moment for back-to-back wins here in the Pacific Tour. Yep, Barnes is saying in the chat, thinks there was a bit of curb involved in his crash. I concur, I think there was as well. Scornful Griffin has overtaken MK5 and he's round. I think MK5 knocked him round. I can't be sure, but I think MK5 made contact with him there and caused that incident. Swanton has already dropped over a second back. Ninjas and MK5 have both picked up penalties. Hopefully no damage for Scornful there. And MK5 does the right thing and lets him through. Good to see. Good to see. MK5 conceding the position there. Scornful Griffin up into third place. Bunny's Vengeance building a gap now on Swanton Bomb, who's on older tyres. Sloth catching Joker. Joker trying to make the hard tyres last. He's got some defending to do now. As Ronnie overtakes it, MK5 must have got damage because he's in the pits. MK5 into the pits. Joker and Sloth go through, so MK5's dropped to 7th. He is going to be on soft tyres now though, so he will look to catch these two at least. And Easy Life, who's also gone past him. But we will stick with this battle at the moment between Sloth and Joker. Here comes Sloth trying to make a move. Not quite this time. Wide though goes Sloth, and that could invite wide goes Joker, sorry, and that could invite another move. So far it's a good day for McLaren, Alpine and Aston Martin, as they all have both cars in the top 7. Bunny's Vengeance sets the fastest lap of the race. He's looking for king of the road. 26 point maximum. Once again, he did that in Japan in our previous race. Bit more DRS here for Sloth, trying to make a move on Joker, who's defending for his life on old hard tyres. Lap 15 of 21. We've got 9 runners left of the 17 who began the race. MK5 is closing in on Easy Life, but we're going to stick with Sloth and his attempt to get past Joker. Bunny's Vengeance has got a big out, a bit of front wing there from Sloth. Sloth is off. Into the wall goes Sloth, and he's now going to surely have to pit. Got Joker, sorry, not Sloth. My apologies. Joker hit the wall there, and now he's into the pit lane. So Easy Life and MK5 will overtake him, and MK5 is going to overtake Easy Life at the same time down the straight. So back up to 6th place goes MK5. He's now going to try and chase down Sloth and regain 5th. He's got 6 laps to do it in. Joker will come back out in 8th place. And then he'll be trying to chase down a big gap to Easy Life. Let's take a look at penalties for you. 8 seconds for Swanton Bomb, but he's 18 seconds clear of Scornful at the moment. 3 seconds for MK5, which will have no effect at the moment, as Easy Life has 3 as well. And 8 for Ninjas at the back. MK5 is closing in on Sloth very quickly. That gap, he's taken 2 seconds out of it already. He's flying on these new soft tyres. Ten seconds now the lead for Buddy's Vengeance, who, barring any accidents, is going to win back-to-back races. MK5 has got that gap down by 3 seconds inside a lap. 1:39.9. Purple sector 3. Let's just compare sector times, shall we? As well, you'll see, look at MK5 closing this gap rapidly to Sloth. Sloth 28.8. I didn't see what MK5's was. That didn't work. But MK5 closing in on Sloth for 5th place here. Joker comes back out in 8th place after his trip into the wall. But look at MK5 on bags here, hunting his prey. Maintains this pace, he might even catch Ronnie 12 seconds up the road. Up the inside, he's going to go for a dive and makes it stick. MK5 up to 5th. Let's keep an eye on that gap to Ronnie now, because if he can keep pace like that, he's got a chance of catching Ronnie as well. Buddy's Vengeance stretching away in the lead. We've got just 4 laps to go then. But that gap is down already to 9 seconds. It was 12 seconds when he was overtaking the Sloth. So as you can see, MK5 is absolutely flying round. Ronnie picks up a time penalty which will only help MK5's cause, because now they've both got 3 seconds, so it's a straight fight on the track for those two. And MK5 is closing the gap at a rate of knots that will get him to the back of Ronnie by the end of this race. Whether he can overtake him, of course, is a completely different argument. But he's got the gap down to now below 7 seconds. And it's rapidly decreasing. This will be the nearest we've got to an on-track battle, as everybody is nicely spread out at the moment. Scornful is closing a bit on Swanton Bomb. Swanton, remember, has 8 laps, 8 seconds of penalties. Scornful is only 5 seconds or so off, taking that second place on penalties. MK5 has closed the gap to Ronnie to just 3.8 seconds. Incredible pace in the Mercedes today. Remember, he did start at the very back of the grid. It's now, as you can see, there is Ronnie and there is MK5, and I thought he might catch him by the end of the race. He's caught him with time to spare and will surely get an overtake here and go up into 4th place. It's a bit much even for his rocket ship to try and catch Scornful, who's another 30 seconds up the road or so. But It's been a great drive from MK5. And he is now closing up on Ronnie and looking to make that move. Here we go, where's he going to get the move? Doesn't need to make any silly moves, he's got plenty of time to get this done. He has come to contact a couple of times in this race, so he'll be wary of that. Ronnie seemingly a sitting duck on pace comparison. Here comes MK5, he's going to do it here surely. Ronnie tries to defend, pushes him right over towards the wall, but MK5 on bags gets the job done into turn 1 and moves up to 4th place. I would guess now that Ronnie won't be able to keep up with him to challenge back, but we will see. Scornful Griffin is closing to Swanton. Can he do enough to get within 8 seconds and nick 2nd place? Ronnie has stayed within a second so far, but now MK5 is opening the gap, and I would assume that battle is going to be over with. Here's Scornful Griffin. He's got 3.4 seconds to make up. We are on lap 20. He's got 2 laps to do it. Two laps to do it. Scornful Griffin needs 3 seconds on Swanton. Of course, he needs Swanton to pick up another penalty. That'd help his cause a lot. But Swanton, no challenge at the moment. Everybody driving around on their own to win this race. And Ninjas is out of the race. Ninjas is out, and we're down to 8. Ninjas is out of the race, and we will finish with just 8 drivers. Bunny's Vengeance is now, it's going to build a gap over 30 seconds here. It's ended up being an absolute cakewalk for Bunny's Vengeance as he starts the final lap of the race. Scornful is 2.7 away from taking that 2nd place. He's going to need a hell of a last lap here to do that. His tyres are getting on a bit as well. This may not happen for him. Elsewhere, as we expected, MK5 on bags has created a gap to Ronnie. We'll keep an eye on Scornful, as that is the only battle really going on, and it's not an on-track battle, it's a timer battle. But he needs to find 2.4 seconds on this last lap. We'll keep an eye on that as we go to Bunny's Vengeance, who is in the final lap. Swanton is keeping the gap above 10 seconds. It looks like he's going to get that 2nd place, but it's been all about Bunny's Vengeance today. He comes into the last sector. Round the last corner comes Bunny's Vengeance to win in Singapore. Bunny's Vengeance wins for the second consecutive race. Both races today belong to Bunny's Vengeance. Swanton has got it under 10 seconds. Scornful has got it under 10 seconds to Swanton, but it's not going to be enough, I don't think. Swanton comes across the line. Scornful is 9 seconds back. The penalties are not going to bring him second. Oh, into the wall! Into the wall goes Scornful Griffin, and he's out! And he's thrown the podium away for the second race running. MK5 on Bags is going to come home in third. And I don't know what happened in Japan, but I saw what happened there, and MK5 on Bags takes third place. He'll undoubtedly get given driver of the day as well, I think. Here comes Ronnie, who is struggling, and Ronnie's going to lose a place here. Sloth goes up to 4th. Sloth finishes 4th ahead of Ronnie in 5th. Easy Life is going to come home in 6th, which is a great finish for him, and Joker comes home in 7th. So Scornful then, both races on the last lap, jumping off the podium. MK5 on Bags gets the driver of the day from the game, last to a podium. But today was all about Bunny's Vengeance and the McLaren. 2 races, 2 wins. Bunny's Vengeance. Swanton Bomb did finish second despite those penalties, and MK5 on Bags comes home in third. Bunny's Vengeance, 26 points, once again did set the fastest lap. Ahead of Swanton Bomb, MK5 on Bags was third. Sloth was 4th, also from the back of the grid. Ronnie in 5th, Easy Life 6, and Joker 7. Scornful Griffin classified as +1 lap in 8th. Ninjas classified as +3 laps in 9th. Then it was the DNFs, the other DNFs, 50 Gent, Mancis, Symes, Smudgit, Bar Cobra, Brad Mason, and Levi Hughes. And Finley, of course. Apologies, Finley, forgot you there. Both Red Bulls, both Ferraris, and both Alfa Romeos all crashing out in Singapore. But today belongs to Bunny's Vengeance. We will be back in Barcelona and Silverstone on Thursday for the final lap of the DRS warm-up tour before the new season starts next week. I've been Blobby Butler. This has been the Dynamic Racing League. Good night for now.